let's talk about this past weekend where we saw possibly the making of the next star at 140 pounds, Regis Prograis, who did a nice demolition job on your man Jose Zepeda. Um, I'll go ahead and give myself my flowers. I did call out the 11th round knockout TKO, however
Man,
you call it.
should have
But
put
I
money on
think,
that shit. This is like your
yeah,
third one you called.
yeah,
Maybe
I'm
more.
up there. I'm up there. I'm up there. So with that said, I think that we all saw the kind of writing on the wall for this fight. I think that one of the reasons why I chose that is that with Prograis, he's a big bruising junior welterweight fighter, and with Zepeda, he just when it comes to stepping up to fighters of class or whatnot, he just comes up a little bit short. And I figured that around the 11th round, 10th or 11th round, I figured that he would have, had enough. And that's what it really came to. So let's start out with Coach Dave or whatnot. So give us your thoughts on stylistically what you liked about Regis Prograis in this fight against Zepeda, and with that, we can also segue into the conversation about what is next for him in the division that looks like is going to be one of the hottest divisions in boxing, particularly in 2023.
Yeah, man. So yeah, okay. So I enjoyed the fight. And then not only after watching it, man, I went back and just kind of did my own little highlights and stuff of the guy. Um, I didn't really know a whole lot. I knew about Zepeda, but I just hadn't watched him, and so I honestly think I may have seen him fight maybe twice, something like that. But so I always love Prograis because he comes to fight. I think with this one particular fight, in terms of just his style and what he was doing, I think he showed, and this is my opinion, I personally think he showed a lot more versatility and not so one dimensional, man. Like, we know the guy liked to fight, but he was just in a good way, kind of all over the place. I might have as a coach, I might have still would have said, look, man, keep it a little tighter.
Mm-hmm.
He might have felt like he had the guy, and look, man, I got his number. This cat ain't really bringing nothing, especially when he caught him with that left hand brick. Of course, in the I think it was 11th round or whatever. But let me just say this about going into that division. So I think it would be an interesting fight, honestly, man, with him and Teofimo, just simply because I think when as much movement as he was doing, yeah, Teofimo beat Lomo, but in that fight, at least with Lomo, I kind of felt like I don't think maybe Teofimo got the true moving and angles that a Lomo I know can give. I think Lomo I gave him too much respect. The way Prograis was moving and them angles and where this Joker was coming from, it might not be as easy fight for Teofimo as people might think. It just was awkward and effective and busy and aggressive business that I saw Prograis bring in terms of just style. So the only thing, honestly, man, I would have criticized him on a little bit was just keep them hands up a little tighter, maybe not bending so much over at the waist. But he was busy, man, and them hands, those punches, dude, I think was just coming from somewhere, and that consistent, aggressive, pressure, man, was just overwhelming for that guy, man. And I think that style of fighting, to be honest with you, dude, I think it would frustrate the hell out of Teofimo. I think it would frustrate
You would like
the
to see
hell.
that next for him? I think that's a beautiful, lovely fight. So with that said, the casual ran. So one thing I do want you to talk about the fight, but I also want you to kind of talk about a subject that you do love. And as you may know, there was a Twitter tweet this morning from Regis who said that his purse check bounced. So
Yeah, so
right.
hey, that's what
not dealing with like reputable promoters, but like Boston Jared said, he has Schaefer, and fortunately, it's working itself out. But to go back to the Teofimo program fight, I don't think that Teo would be the favorite going into that fight. I think Prograis will be the favorite, and as he should. He is the bigger, stronger guy at 140. I think the people that give Prograis problems will be the additional big, strong guys like the Josh Taylors, like people that weigh in at fight night at 150 plus, over the 140 pound. I don't think anybody small is going to give Prograis the problems. My issue is Teofimo can outbox. I believe Teofimo can outbox Prograis. He's not going to outbrawl him, but he'll outbox him. So if that fight were ever coming to fruition, and I had an argument with somebody on Facebook about it. I'm thinking a focused Teofimo of the one that came in that fought Loma, that has his head on straight and comes to box, I think will give Prograis problems. But if he wants to brawl and fight with a bigger, stronger brawler, Teofimo will probably get knocked out for that fight.
Let me ask you this then, Randy. And I mean, so I'm feeling you on that, but I don't know, bro. So I still think that Lomo came into that fight kind of hesitant with Teofimo. If Lomo was boxing and moving and busy, instead of trying to be strategic in that fight, really giving them angles, do you think that would have frustrated Teofimo? Because the Prograis,
I think it would have, and I think he tried to bring that on in the later rounds, but by the time he started it was too late. But I honestly think a focus. I think Teofimo has the attributes to be a champion. Whatever weight class he's in, he can box. He has enough power at 140. If he just focuses himself, I think he can beat a Prograis.
I would agree. Like he kind of has that the thing that you really can't teach, right? He has that whether it's that kind of quick twitch or even that kind of one punch power that might not get you out there, but it'll definitely get your attention. So just one note, I want to say, because I'm not taking off for Richard Schaefer, but this fight went to a purse bid.
Yes.
And the purse bid was won by Marv Nation. And the CEO of Marv Nation is one Marvin Rodriguez. So let's, we don't want to kind of throw people under the bus who might not necessarily want to be under. But with that said, Boston Jared, were you impressed with you?
I was
seen from Prograis, and would you put him at the top of the 140 weight division?
No, only because I haven't seen what Josh Taylor has got left in the tank at this weight yet. So I don't want to put him at the top of the division. But look, I'm biased when it comes to Regis. I've always been a big Regis Prograis fan. No, not yet. Now, if the same Josh Taylor that shows up to fight,
Catterall,
if the same Josh Taylor shows up in this next Catterall fight that showed up in that last Catterall fight, then yeah, I'm going to put Regis at the top. And interestingly enough, Regis, I believe, was asked about a Josh Taylor rematch, maybe in the post-fight. And Regis remarked very specifically on that last Catterall fight. And Regis said something to the effect of, Josh Taylor hasn't gotten better since our fight. And he thinks that he can actually stop Josh Taylor now, which sounds good, but we got to see. So no, I wouldn't put him up there. I think he is solidly the number 2 guy in the division, if not a 1A and 1B. Both he and Josh Taylor being 1A and Prograis being 1B.
Would you so who would you favor in the fight against Teofimo Lopez at 140?
Prograis. I think Regis is just stylistically all wrong for Teofimo. And Teofimo has never, ever been in there with a guy that can match his foot speed and his athleticism. And you saw how. Oh yeah, I again, y'all got to go back, and for our viewers, go back and watch some of Prograis' fight. Prograis is like the guy from. He comes from like the Shaolin Temple of boxing. This guy can come out and fight you with the tiger crane technique. He can use the praying mantis. He can use the snake style. This guy can fight any style of boxing he needs to fight, and he can do it well. He's not some brawler or bruiser. He can outbox Teofimo. He can outbrawl Teofimo. And when Teofimo feels his power, he's gonna be a little gun shy, I think. I picked Prograis in that fight. A good fight. And they're gonna be no easy fight for Prograis, but I think Prograis wins. I think Prograis separates himself from Teofimo in that fight.
So I do want to say this is an hour ago, and it says that Regis is set to receive, has not, but set to receive full $1.2 million payment from the fight check that did bounce. So it does.
Just think how your gut will feel if you go to the bank and put in a $1.2 million check, and then 2 days later it say that shit bounced.
Why? Who are these old motherfuckers? Who are still out here writing checks?
Apparently, people with $1.2 million.
Man, you better send
a wire transfer.
Okay,
I'm about to say now. I mean, that's better because Broner likes to receive it in cash. So he can.
He wants it in a brown paper bag, right?
Yeah. All right, this is your man, Professor Nim, signing off for Coach Dave. The Casual Rand. And Boston Jared.
Peace.
Thank y'all for popping in for another popping episode.
Like and subscribe. Don't just watch and not push the like button, man. Y'all niggas
and comment too. Don't be scared. If you got something to say it with your chest.
Say it with your chest.
Right.
Say it with your chest.
That's right. I will respond too.
If I feel like I'm gonna respond to your ass.